Greetings to everybody out there. My name is KATO Ali. Welcome to Stage 256, where we continue to follow the story of one Robert Kyagulanyi, who was tortured, abducted, and then incarcerated at the military barracks. Bobi Wine wasn't the only opposition member subjected to this kind of mischievous treatment, as Zake, his fellow parliamentarian, was also tortured severely to the point that he was in coma for a few days. These two have been subjected to this treatment, their crime being more popular than the president who is presiding over the country. We as Ugandans were very much encouraged by the religious leaders' condemnation of the police, army and law enforcement brutality that transpired in Arua, Kampala and different parts of Uganda against its citizens, journalists and the population at large. By the way, these actions of brutality would not be covered if the journalists were not there. The police and the military were directed to be as brutal as possible to the protesters and the journalists in order to discourage anybody who would want to protest this regime. And now everybody will look back to those pictures, to those images of MPs who were tortured and know that this person is no different than all other power-hungry dictators. That's why I'll never listen to these NRM PR people that Museveni sends out to convince the public that everything is going well, everything is normal. Nothing is normal in Uganda. Nothing is going well as long as Bobi Wine is incarcerated, as long as Zake still has charges pending. I promise you, Museveni, we the supporters of change, we the supporters of freedom, we the supporters of a free Uganda, we are going to keep protesting. We are going to still fight you. Uganda won't come down until Bobi Wine is released. That's not for negotiation. Release Bobi Wine, release Zake, and everything will go back to normal. Until then, please stop sending your goons out to the TV stations. Stop sending your goons out to the parliament to explain the unexplainable. What is transpiring in our country is unbelievable, shouldn't be going on, and we as the population, we shall not accept this to be the norm of the country. We shall not accept this to be the political standards of our country. We need a peaceful country, we need a peaceful nation, whether it's in elections or otherwise. I want the government to know one thing. You are beating up people brutally to discourage them from protesting, thinking that they're not scared because they don't know how brutal you can get. But we are scared of the government, but we are more scared by the conditions that we're living in. We are more scared of not having money to pay for the food that our family will eat. We are more scared of the taxes you keep imposing, but we don't have money to pay for them. We are more scared by the rampant corruption that's tainted the whole of this government. The reason why people come out to protest despite of knowing what might happen to them is because we know if Bobi Wine is taken out of the picture, there will be nobody left to fight for us. So if you want the protest to stop, please release Bobi Wine effective immediately. I assure you, you think that your brutality has scared off everybody. But if anything happens to that man, if anything happens to our freedom fighter, if anything happens to our leader, nobody's gonna stay in their homes. Nobody's gonna listen to your stupid leaders that you send out on all the TV stations to keep people calm. Cause we're not calm already. This calm you're seeing is the calm before the storm. If anything happens to him, you will be responsible. You will be held responsible. And to all government officials, even to those in law enforcement like police, army, and all the security forces, I want to assure you, you are committing crimes with impunity just because you think Museveni is going to be here forever. I want to remind you that we once had Idi Amin, we once had Obote, we once had leaders who thought they were never going to leave. So once you commit those crimes, there are people watching you doing that. Cameras are taking pictures of you brutalizing people, beating up journalists. But I assure you, these crimes you're committing now shall be paid for in full. Fellow Ugandans, if there were ever a day for you to do something about the situation, about the state of the nation, that day is when Bobi Wine is being arraigned. Everybody attentively wait for what is going to come out of court. That's when we'll know what we as the freedom fighters are going to do next. To the international community, I upload and thank you for the love that you've shown our beloved MP Bobi Wine and his fellow parliamentarians. I would also love to thank our neighbors, the East African community, for their news stations and their public at large coming out and condemning these actions of brutality against Ugandans. I would like to thank Kenyans in particular. They have been very instrumental in the fight. We appreciate all the help we can get in our struggle, and we promise you that we won't stop until we are liberated of this tyrannical government. Thank you all. As our leader says, people power, and our power is people power. God bless you all. God bless our country, Uganda, and God bless Bobi Wine. Thank you.